All right, before we go, a Tyler veteran celebrating his 100th birthday. A party made up of friends and family was held this afternoon in Tyler. Vergil Rodgers served in World War II, and it being the 4th of July weekend, his family says the timing could not be more appropriate. 5 generations were at the celebration today, visiting from all over the South. Along with cake and live music, Rodgers enjoyed time with his loved ones. The theme, of course, red, white, and blue. And we wish him a very happy 100th birthday. Cody?